is up, y'all? And today we got something very interesting we got to talk about with Stranger Things Season 5. But before we get started, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So, I kind of want to talk about some photos we got that's behind the scenes with Stranger Things Season 5. And we got the famous Ross Duffer uploads. So, to get into this, we get some photos that has Mike Wheeler involved and Maya Hawke. But something that stuck out to me is nothing too crazy. You just actually see Mike Wheeler with a bruise under his eye, similar to Steve's bruise and Dustin. Now, when you sit here and think about it, I talked about this in the previous Stranger Things Season 5 video where it all aims up to Dustin being bullied. And the jocks from Hawkins High School are doing it because we saw in the BTS of the Stranger Things Season 5 production and everything we just got recently, we see them in the cemetery with Dustin, and we know from previous pictures that Dustin's actually visiting Eddie Munson. So you know everyone is kind of like anti-Hellfire Club just because they think it's like a cult and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure that Mike is going to put a lot of energy behind Dustin and Eddie Munson just because he was a part of Hellfire also, including Lucas and everything. So I honestly think, guys, that they're going to be in trouble this season, at least earlier on in the seasons where they're getting bullied like the old days. You know, Dustin's taking a few punches to the face, same as Mike, and hopefully they stand up for herself sometime in this season just because it's time, guys. You know, you done fought Demogorgons, the Mind Flare, and everything. I think they're going to stand up at some point, but yes, I think what's going to happen because you see a shot of Steve's face in his BTS and behind the scenes of Stranger Things where he has like a nick under his eye. So knowing Steve, maybe he tries to step in and tries to help Dustin and Mike, just like in memory of Eddie Munson, because him and Eddie got a little closer in season 4 towards the end, you know, and now they've lost Eddie. So probably just in memory, he wants to step in as the babysitter and just the older kid, and maybe they actually give Steve a fight. That's what I can think about, you know, when I see these photos. But yeah, it's nothing too crazy. It's just Maya Hawke and everything with Mike Wheeler. So obviously they're going to have a scene together, which is going to be very interesting. I can't remember hearing them, you know, talk to each other too much, him and Robin. So that's very interesting. But the thing that stuck out to me the most is we see him have a bruise under his eye, similar to Dustin. So pretty sure they're going to be getting bullied, you know, when it comes to Eddie Munson and the Hellfire Club, just because the whole Hawkins is like kind of like just anti-Hellfire Club, especially with Eddie Munson, you know, basically being unalived. Maybe they're going to say something with sacrifice. You know how it goes. But we see the soldiers on set with, you know, Duffer's brothers and everything, and then we have the vines going over the car, and it just looked like, you know, they're actually just in character right now. But this is just a shot to see how potentially some of the soldiers will look. We got a photo of the man himself, Steve Harrington, and he has a script in his hand, and he's in front of the WSQK radio station, which I told you guys in previous videos. I definitely think it's going to be like the new Starcourt Mall for sure. And you know, the Creel House, I think that it's going to have a big introduction into season 5 where it's going to have a crazy scene surrounding it. But maybe Steve Harrington, you know, he's at WSQK radio station. Maybe at this point he's being close. He's, you know, kind of getting closer with the kids and everything. I mean, he is the babysitter and he's just there rocking out. They have a plan going on. You know how Stranger Things go. Or maybe he just, you know, works there a lot. He does things over there. It can be anything. But I definitely think that WSQK is going to have a huge part in season 5. But he has a script in his hand and he's leaning on the WSQK van. Something tells me this is going to give you Clubhouse vibes for sure, but I can be wrong. I definitely think it's going to have a big part in the semblance of Starcourt Mall. And then we have a photo with a Ben, and on the top it has Eddie Munson and says Shred Ben. Look, they've been pointing at Eddie Munson a lot, you know, with BTS and everything, just kind of, you know, giving us little hints and clues and everything with Eddie Munson. I know everyone thinks that he's, you know, gone, he's unalive, but that doesn't mean we won't get a cameo with Eddie Munson, maybe a flashback or something. In my, you know, thoughts, I always think like, man, maybe they're going to do a flashback with Eddie Munson just because he was so big of a character. You know, it's nothing to do a flashback, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of showing like he was, you know, his journey and everything and stuff like that. Maybe they give him a memorial and, you know, it's like pictures of him or videos flashing real quickly. It could just be something like that. Do I think we're going to see Eddie Munson in season 5? Yes, I definitely think, because his following is too big. the moment he stepped on screen, he became an icon when it comes to Stranger Things, and I think that people are gonna love that moment seeing Eddie Munson. I heard people say he could come back as a vampire. I don't think they're gonna go that far. I think the farthest they'll go is just a flashback. I don't think he'll be coming back from the dead or anything like that. So I just think we're gonna get like a cameo or some type of photo or a flashback with Eddie Munson. But they have definitely been pointing at it, as you've seen, but with behind the scenes and everything. We got an interesting photo that is basically a replica of a Ghostbusters logo, but it says Demogorgon Hunter instead of a ghost in there. We have a Demogorgon inside. So this, as soon as I saw this, I'm like, bro, it has to be Demogorgons on the loose and Hawk, especially how it ended in season 4. So maybe we have a group that's literally Demogorgon hunters. They're like hunting for Demogorgons and taking them out. Maybe that's the norm now, in Hawkins. Maybe that's what they have to do to kind of clean up Hawkins. We did see in a BTS video recently that we saw Hopper like leaning with a rifle in his hand. I'm like, what could that be? Maybe Hopper's actually a part of that group with the Demogorgon hunters. I mean, that's all I could think of for real. Maybe he's leading a group. Who knows? He was the chief at a point, so maybe he's a part of the group and he's taking out Demogorgons around Hawkins and stuff like that. He did take out that Demogorgon at the end of season 4 with that big ass sword. So I definitely think it could be that, where they're just going around Hawkins taking out the Demogorgons because they're actually leaking into reality, and it's a lot of them, and they're all on ground and stuff like that. So that's the first thoughts that I got. And then we also get a photo of Alice in Wonderland with the Mad Hatter and everything. Now, when I first seen this, I'm like, what could be going on with this? But as I kind of sat here and thought about what Alice in Wonderland, is basically a story about everything just being a dream, with Alice and everything. And we always talked about that theory where everything could just go back to square one and nothing really happened. 11 really never was there. It was just the Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and these characters is some characters that they kind of had in the game that they kind of made up on their own. Kids have imagination, and at the end we find out the whole time it was just a campaign. The Duffer Brothers already said they're not going that route, and I hope they didn't have a change of thought and they try to do this, because it's going to really crush Stranger Things fans, just because we love 11, we love Max, Billy and everything. People want those characters to really exist in reality, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely don't think they're going that route, because they already kind of dead at it. But maybe they're just messing with us or something. Maybe they do have some type of idea that's dreaming. We did see Holly Wheeler and everything. She's younger, pretty sure she has an imagination. And we did see Henry Creel kind of involved with her in that picture. Maybe it's something that's connected with that, where the whole time he's like kind of coming off as this good guy, but the whole time he's dangerous, just like Mad Hatter, kind of similar. And he has her in the upside down. He takes her. That's how he kind of lures her in, just like Alice in Wonderland is dreamy and things like that, especially for her at her age. That's the connection I can think of, but I can be wrong. You know what I'm saying? It could just be playing with us or stuff something like that. But I definitely think Dungeons and Dragons, being just the whole dream at the end of the day, and the dice comes, the age, and goes back to being young. It's just too much. I don't think they'll do that. But this actually comes from a video, this photo. It's just a bouquet of balloons, and we see like a satellite under it. And in this video, it kind of goes up into the sky and it kind of merges off. So maybe they're just testing something out. Maybe this is a gadget that they're going to use. I'm pretty sure it will be in season 5, especially with the WSQK radio station. Maybe they need some signal. How the kids in the game could get, when it comes to Stranger Things, kind of get creative with the satellite and balloons. So remember these colorful balloons, guys. I'm pretty sure we're going to see these in season 5. Definitely trying to get some signal or something. That's very interesting. And then we got a shot of another video where basically we see soldiers walking. It looks like it can be downtown Hawkins with a blue screen, a lot of lights, cast and crew. I almost wanted to say this was Noah Schnapp with the white shirt, standing right here, but I could be wrong. You can't really tell, but you see the soldiers on the side of that person, and you see them walking towards this town. I'm definitely in the back. It kind of looks like windows and buildings. So I will say this is downtown Hawkins, or somewhere where the soldiers are working. Maybe that spot where we seen Will, Holly, and Mike. Maybe this is the other side of the gate or something like that. But yeah, it definitely looks very interesting, guys. So, and then we see a shot of the Duffer Brothers holding their head like they're in shock with possibly the back of WSQK radio station in the background, but it's like they either filmed something shocking or something came out that surprised them. It just looks like they're in shock completely. So I wonder what they're looking at or what they're thinking about, what could happen. But it's obviously going to be around the WSQK radio station because that's in the background. So I definitely think that, you know, it's going to be a lot of stuff surrounding WSQK radio station just off the fact we've been seeing it a lot with BTS and everything. It's going to be that hub. I think it's going to be the hub for everybody when they're making plans and stuff, but I could be wrong. And then we found out that Stranger Things Season 5 is coming out next year of 2025, bro. Like, I'm so ready for Stranger Things Season 5. Like, it's been a long time coming. 2025 is going to be here before you know it. This year is going, bro. Like, I can't believe it's already Halloween season almost. So I definitely can't wait to, you know, just watch it. I'm pretty sure they're going to pull the Cobra Kai on us. I mean, they could not do it, but I think they're going to pull a Cobra Kai on us and kind of split up the episodes. We got Stranger Things Day coming up in November. Pretty sure that's when we're going to get the official trailer or some type of news. You got to do it for the fans. Like, this is going to be the last, like, Stranger Things Day, I want to say. For sure, yeah, I think it is. Unless it kind of, like, the next season drags into November, but 2025. But as of now, it seems like it's going to be like the, you know, the last Stranger Things Day, unless they pull out Stranger Things Season 5 later in 2025. You know what I'm saying? So might be a very special one for us fans. But yeah, guys, unfortunately, this is the end of the video, guys. I want you all to comment down below what you think about everything we just talked about when it comes to Stranger Things Season 5. Don't forget to hit me up on my social medias at ILIKESCARY on Instagram, ILIKESCARY_ on TikTok, right now on Facebook, ILIKESCARY on Twitter, and yeah, you all right there where it says subscribe. Next to it, click join, become a member of the channel. And I will see you in the next one. Peace, guys.